Hello and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to get a favicon from any website in Airtable. So we're going to use the icon horse service to import favicons from a list of URLs. We're going to use the data fetcher extension's icon horse integration, so no code is required. So Icon Horse is a service that extracts the highest quality favicon file available from any website. If no favicon file is available, it will provide a suitable substitute so you don't get left with a broken image. So in order to begin, we'd like to come back to our Airtable base where we're going to create our favicon table. So in order to do this, up in the left-hand corner, you'll see this table 1. We're going to retitle this as Favicons, like so. Then we're going to select Save. Here we're going to create the first field as URL, simply double-clicking on that, changing the name, and then selecting URL from the drop-down menu by searching that. Then you can select Save and paste in the URLs that you want to import favicons from. Nice and easy. Then the following field, we're going to change this to be titled as Favicon with the type from the drop-down menu as attachment. Then you can select Save again. Now it's time to create a new grid view. Over to the left-hand side, you'll see this grid option where you can select the plus symbol, and here we can title this new grid view as Needs Favicon, like so. Then you can select Create New View, and here we can see that that is selected as it's highlighted, and this is where we're going to choose to create some conditions. So up in this bar, you'll see this filter option. If you select that, we can add a condition where URL is not empty, and then add a second condition that reads, and favicon is empty. Nice and simple. You can click off of this, and now it's time to install our data fetcher extension. So over to the right hand side, you'll see this extensions option, and you can click on that, which will prompt you to add an extension, this big blue button. The following page will load where you can search for the data fetcher extension in the top right hand corner. This will appear and we can select add and then add extension. You'll be brought to the following page where you can either create a free data fetcher account or you can simply continue with Google. Now we can import our data. So if you select create your first request, we can retitle this request up in this top bar as fetch favicons. And from the application, we're going to search Icon Horse without any authorization, so you don't need to change anything here. Then we'll select Save and Continue in the bottom right hand corner. This will load up to the following page where we do want to insert a reference to the values in our URL Airtable field. So in order to do this, we go to the URL section and all the way over to the right hand side, you'll see this plus symbol that you can select, which automatically loads up the table favicons. That's exactly what you'd like. Then for the field, you can select URL, and this brings us to Run for every record in view with the option Needs Favicon here. That's what you want, so you don't have to do anything here, but you can check that you have inputted your URLs. Just by scrolling down, you'll see that information here. Then you can select Confirm, and now you'll see that your URL option now has this information inputted into that box. Below, you'll see the output table in view, and that automatically has favicons and needs favicon. So this is exactly how we want it. So you can simply go ahead and select Save and Run in the bottom right hand corner and select Continue. Now we'll be brought through to the response field mapping page. This is where you can choose which fields you'd like to have imported into your Airtable base. Now, as this is the only option, you can just double check that the favicon field is mapping to the existing field favicon, which is great. That happens automatically. So you can go ahead and select Save and Run in the bottom right hand corner. As you can see, this request is now running and we can select Show Output Table. We arrive back here, and if we select back onto that grid view, you can see that those favicons have now appeared as attachments in the field. So this is amazing, but you would currently need to manually run the data fetcher request to import any updates to the favicon files. So we can actually go one step further here. Data fetcher has a scheduling feature which allows you to run requests automatically so that you don't need to do this yourself. So if you'd like to do this, we would go back to that extensions button in that top right hand corner to open up the data fetcher settings, which actually happens automatically. That will bring you right to that request that you can click into where you have those previously saved settings. If you scroll down, you'll now see this schedule option. Now you will only see this if you already have a paid data fetcher account. So if you haven't yet done that, I really recommend that you do, because this will allow you to keep all of your requests updated automatically without you having to do a thing. So once you've done that, you can come back to this step and it will now appear like so. We'll be prompted to add our API key here. If we select this, it will then tell us to find our API key in our Airtable account. So we can simply select this button and that will bring us to our Airtable account overview where we can generate our API key. Select the Generate API Key button and copy that API key back over to your Airtable account into this input box. Once you've done that, you can select Save and you'll see that this switches on the schedule option automatically. Now you can change the interval that this request runs and on which days it runs as well. I'm going to leave it like this, but you can choose your preference, then simply select Save in the bottom right hand corner and close that window over. So hopefully today you have learned how to get a favicon from any website in Airtable via data fetcher. But if you do have any questions, you can always reach out to us here at datafetcher.com, where we also have a full-length blog on this exact topic for you to learn that way as well. Thank you so much for your time today. I really hope you have a good one.